Welcome to another video. In this week's video, we're going to talk about the latest news with Windows IoT for March 2023. Stay tuned. Let's jump right into March 2023 and get you caught up on all the latest Windows IoT news. Let's start with the big thing, which is the end of life for Windows 10. This is hugely confusing for people because there's so many different avenues and channels to get Windows 10. And then there's so many dates between end of life, end of support, and retirement. So let me cover all of those dates for you right here on this slide. Windows 10 Professional, starting with the direct OEM channel, which is your HP, Dell, Lenovo, and other branded systems that come with Windows 10 pre-installed. That went into life way back in October 2022. And now if you were to buy a computer from those companies, you will get Windows 11. They will in some cases offer maybe a downgrade option, but they won't offer that downgrade option for very long. They want you on Windows 11. ODR System Builder, end of life, same date, October 2022. That product, we had some distributors that stocked up on it and then could continue selling past that date. But my understanding from what we're seeing is the inventory for that channel has been depleted. And so what you'll start to see is some piracy. You'll start to see some stuff show up in different places. And you need to be very careful when you start to buy products that have been end of lifed, because that's when piracy takes over. Always buy your products from a legitimate source, a company that is well known to only procure from authorized locations. And then you have the retail download version, which is one of the only versions you could download a copy of Windows 10 from the internet and buy retail. It was very expensive, and it went end of life January 2023. That is the end of Windows 10 Professional, Home and Professional. It is done. If it's, you need to move on to Windows 11. If you're building an appliance, hang on, we'll talk about the IoT options. The other thing is end of support. And that, the current build of Windows 10 Pro is build 22H2, end of support on that is July 14th, 2024. The home version, I believe, is a little sooner than that. Pro goes to July 14th, 2024. That tells us that there may be a 23H2 build coming, but we're not sure. But that next build would probably take us to the retirement date of October 14th, 2025. That is when Windows 10 is officially done from support and everything, right? And that means if you're building systems with Windows 10 Pro, it only has 2 years of support remaining, which is just not a good option for you to be building systems and selling them knowing that product only has 2 years of support maximum. And if it's an appliance, you really need to be on the IoT version. Now, let's talk about the Windows 10 IoT Enterprise version that's not the LTSC. We'll talk about LTSC in a second, but the GAC version, which is on the same service channel as Pro, that product in our IoT channel is also going end of life this October 31st, 2023. And the support it will get you out to May 2025 for build 22H2, and then it will also retire October 14th, 2025. I scoot over to that date so you can see it. So the GAC version of even the Windows 10 IoT is going away as well. So if you need longer than 2 years of support and you're building an appliance, you need the LTSC version. And let's take a look at the roadmap real quick for the LTSC version. So the current one is there in blue at the bottom, and it is the 2021 edition, and it will get you all the way to November 2031. And that's live, and then support right next to it, which is till 2032. Plenty of time left. If you're building an appliance and you need to run Windows 10, get it on the Windows 10 IoT Enterprise LTSC product. The next LTSC version, as you can see by the roadmap, it goes 16, 19, 21. It's every 3 years. We don't expect another LTSC version until 2024. And odds are it will be a Windows 11, or even it could be by that time a Windows 12 LTSC edition. We do not know at this time. but we do know the next LTSC version is not till the end of 2024. Let's talk about server IoT and Windows Embedded Server, specifically the older versions, because we just hit a couple of important dates. Let's start with Server 2008 R2 in blue. It went into end of support way back in 2020, but it had extended security updates to keep it going. But it just went end of life. It had 15 years of life. And as of February 6, 2023, it is end of life. And in the IoT embedded channel, when a product goes end of life, you cannot sell or ship that product past that date. Now, what you can do is you can buy a newer Koa sticker license, put on the server, and use downgrade rights, and then load the older 2008 and keep shipping. If you need to understand the details on how to do that, reach out to me or my team here at Arrow. We'll talk you through downgrade rights, how that works, so that you can keep on shipping 2008, but buying a newer version and putting a newer version Koa sticker license on the machine, which you could do with 2012. As you can see, it still has life out to 2027. So you could buy 2012 R2 Koa sticker license, put on the machine, and get load 2008. But the support for 2012 and 2012 R2 is this October 2023. So please keep that in mind, that the support will be ending. If you need extended security updates for 2012 or 2012 R2, reach out. Let's talk to you about it. We can give you a quote and tell you how extended security updates work. Moving on. Office LTSC 2021 Standard Edition. This is something we've asked for in the Embedded IoT channel for years. So OEMs that build appliances but also need a copy of Office, maybe to display a report or a bar chart or something where their application pulls or uses Office in a dedicated fashion, not a general purpose version of Office, but a dedicated IoT LTSC version. We now have a part number for that. So we've been given one part number. You see it there in blue. And it doesn't get, just because it says LTSC doesn't mean 10 years. The LTSC is used in other channels, and in the Office channel, LTSC means 5 years. So it gets support from 2021 to 2026. That will be your support window. Has some huge advantages. So our OEMs in the past had to use Office Home and Business. And if you've ever activated a Home and Business copy of Office, you have to associate the activation against an email address. And then if you've ever had to go create email addresses to activate the Office, it is extremely difficult. I'll have another video just on Office to go a little deeper on that subject matter. Right now, the one thing you need to know is it is available on our channel. We can get you a quote, offline activation, no email required, single product key, super easy. We've been waiting for this one, and you guys need to take advantage of it. Next up is SQL Server IoT 2022. It launched in January 2023. It is now available. You see all the part numbers with the end of life and end of support dates. So you got a product there, 10 years life, 10 years of support, taking you all the way out to 2033. SQL 2022 is focused on being extremely secure, extremely scalable, extremely high available. It's got a lot of features for an enterprise class database. And again, if you're using a database in a dedicated fashion, the amount of money you will save by going with the IoT version is astronomical. I mean, you need to be letting us quote you the SQL IoT and look at the IoT channel for a dedicated database, dedicated fixed purpose appliance with a database. This is the product for you. And then final miscellaneous items, just to quickly go through. There is a new processor placemat for the Windows 10 and Windows 11 IoT family. The processor placemat is the chart that tells you which processors qualify for high-end value entry and base. That was updated in January. It is now available. Let us send you a copy. There is a new product key request form where they added Office. And of course, it has Windows 11 and LTSC 2021 on there. So if you need those keys for testing, you use the new product key request form. We can provide that. And then lastly, Edge Device Image Builder. They just released public preview number 10. And if you haven't played around with this tool, it's a wizard-driven tool. I have another video on my channel that talks about EDIB if you search for that. Download this tool. It's in public preview. You can play around with it, test it out, and get up to speed on creating a customized Windows 10 IoT Enterprise LTSC 2021 image very easily. be a wizard-driven tool. Check it out, guys. That is your Knowledge Blast for March 2023. You see our email address, our website, and my YouTube channel link. Make sure you bookmark those. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I thank you guys for watching.